So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. My name is Christopher. I'm delighted that you're here, and we have this really interesting wine. And this one is a French one. This is a 2023 Domaine de la Baume Syrah la Jeunesse. This was about €9. It is extremely just, it's a deep ruby red. Slight little purple shimmers here and there with a halo as platinum as you can get. On the nose, have not changed much since the 30 minutes since we've poured it. It's definitely blackberry. Maybe some plum, that type of thing here. And a lot of pepper, vanilla, some oak. It's maybe a touch of anise now coming through. On the palate, it has definitely softened up a bit since I first poured it. This is definitely bold and tannic. I would say it's slightly more acidic than soft, and it's extremely dry. But it does come across. It's got these vanilla notes and these maybe on the nose, but on the palate it's got chocolate, or maybe that's a vice versa. Yes, I take that back. It's warmed up a little since I poured it, but I would still remain the same as I guessed earlier. I would say that this would pair best with veal. Maybe with some fish and chips, maybe a pasta with a white sauce of some sort, maybe a bechamel, maybe if you're thinking American, maybe Alfredo. But yes, no, quite a pleasant wine. And again, I'm going to maintain the 3.5 stars that I was going to give it before. And at €9, kind of hard to go wrong with it. So it is what it is. Now, I need to very carefully get myself ready to get into this grid. I threw my back out on Sunday. Long story, but I tried to save a little kid who was sitting tied into a safety seat on the back of a bicycle with the kickstand down while the father was on the other side of a car trying to fish out a toddler. And the kickstand gave way, and I kind of twisted myself into a human pretzel to get to them. I just didn't want the kid's head to smash into a million pieces on the cobblestones out here, and I don't know. I mean, yes, I prevented that from happening, but boy, did I bruise my hip and my back. But it didn't really bother me that much until today. This morning I got out of bed and I could barely get my shoes on after I got out of the shower. This was a ridiculousness, right? I'm like, this is what old age is going to feel like, I guess, and I'm not liking it at all. So thank goodness this is an injury and not the norm. Let's go ahead and put our cursor very carefully into this cryptic crossword number 29653, and let's see what we can do with this today. I'm going to try to move along as quickly as possible. What I don't want to do is bore everyone to death while I'm sitting here trying to ferret stuff out, and you wind up having to, devote 25 minutes to a solve. That's just not fair. So, buckle is not commonly something potential combatants wear. So maybe buckle, and then is not commonly something potential combatants wear. And I mean, this might come to me. Let me bring this up. I hate that I have to do that. Fancy that chap going after women. Well, this sounds like it could be women, a W, and him. I think this may be a whim. Slowly starting to figure this thing out, really. Sound shocked by Republican stench. Well, that'll come to me, I hope. A client is terribly inflexible. Okay. Story lacking intro can still yield results. story. I mean, what, a missive, perhaps? If it was like maybe in a letter, or maybe a parable. Not 7, it's 6. Spy a vital, tiny modification needed for seasonal pageants. Okay. Okay, all right, let's see. So they require a hand when performing. So I think these may be glove puppets, which we would say hand puppets in the States, but I've come to know as you refer to them. And so this is a story lacking intro can still yield results. And maybe we're looking for arable, but I don't think we're going to have the spelling. Except I don't think it would work. But if a story lacking the interest, if we had a parable, this could be arable. Which seems like such a stretch. And buckle is not commonly something. Buckle is not. Not commonly something potential combatants wear. And this could, well, it looks like it could be war paint. And there's also this play in warp to buckle, right? So, oops, where the heck that went? Let's see. So sound, oh, there it goes again. There, if I sit just the wrong way, boom. Like a knife going right into my back. It's ridiculous. I'm sitting here whining about it, but man, it hurts. Sound shocked by Republican stench. So you could have the sound, which could be like an eek, and then Republican, the R. So we got a lot of that going on here today. And spy a vital tiny, and then modification needed for seasonal pageants. And so I've got 8 and 5, that's 13, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this, I see modification here, spy a vital tiny. So I've got 13 letters in the clue altogether. I've got 13 letters here. I'm thinking it's an anagram, and if I'm looking at that, this could definitely be needed for seasonal pageants. So maybe a nativity, and I think we would say plays. Whereas I think in the States, we talked about this around the holidays. You know, I think we would be talking about nativity scenes. So I think that's pretty clever. Okay, so one renting London accommodation. It follows a period in the USA. So 7 and 6. And so London being the capital, and one renting in the UK would be a letter. So I think we've got a capital letter, and it follows a period in the USA. Yes, a capital letter. Capital letter. Oh, okay. I was wondering what I did wrong. Letter. And so regulations blocked by alien figures. I would say it's something to do with statutes, but I mean, regulations are statutes, right? Small change that can do widespread damage. Small change. A model lives in these conditions. 2, 2, and 2. All I can think of is like maybe a model car or something like that, something without a warranty, maybe as it is. In the States, we say as is. I just know that I mean, I have to remember the little things that I see when I'm in the UK that are just different. And so I think that the small change, let me pull that back up again. Small change that can do widespread damage could be shrapnel. Okay, and then extremely rough on East River. Extremely rough on East River. Sports car with no room for third wheel, 3 and 7. That would be, oh, it looks like a 2-seater, doesn't it? Is it just me? Sports cars, okay, sports, okay, good. Extremely rough on East River. Well, I mean, you could play with the RH and rough, and then on East, so O-N-E. I guess, I mean, look, I'm trying to justify what it is that I think it is. I look at these things and I say to myself, this looks like it could be this word. Now, how can I make sense of it in the clue? That's what kind of happens, right? I got lucky with whim at the very beginning and war paint, but it's good form to make first pass. I don't know. But here we go again. See the statue regulations blocked by alien figures. I don't know. We're going to put in statuettes because that feels like that might be about as close as I'm going to get to figuring anything out. Now, as far as this is concerned, we have 4 and 6. And it's oh, I was reading the wrong clue. Okay. Frantically resists pet becoming something acquired following divorce. See, okay, I think I see stepsister in here. Now I'm trying to figure out how the clue has anything to do with that. Maybe a pet sitter frantically resists pet becoming something acquired following divorce. I mean, I could see where that goes there, but it's not just in the blanket obvious to me, if that makes sense, right? This is a little, yeah. Celtic language employed in Somerset. Celtic language employed in Somerset. The only thing I can think of is heirs. So I want to get back up here because I really think this may be inelastic. So a client is terribly inflexible. I just feel like it looks like inelastic to me. So, okay. You know, I mean, we're getting here one piece at a time. This is a clever grid, Anto. Consort with mariner supplying spooner with alcohol. Consort with mariner supplying spooner with alcohol. That literally makes zero sense to me. I know what a consort is. I know what a mariner is. I know what it is to supply. I don't know what a spooner is unless it's somebody that spoons with somebody. And then with alcohol. And I don't know. I don't have a clue. Okay. Central tribes hide in the same place. Dismiss a material military order. Okay. So we got 18 across here, which is a C. Slippery politician's career path. We've got 4. 4 at 6 and 4 there. I just need to get something. Need to get something to get me into this thing. House representatives get at Senate corruption. Where did I go here? House representatives get at Senate corruption. Senate's corruption. 6 and 6. A sweater I unraveled in a way. Okay, so got 2, 2, and 4, but I've got sweater and then I unraveled in a way. So I'm thinking it's 2, 2, and 4. That gives us 8. Sweater I is 8 letters. So I need to figure out what this anagram is, and that might be the answer. So if I'm looking at it, sweater I. Then were, maybe as it were. Okay, does this help with anything? So slippery politician's career path. Consort with mariner, supplying spooner with alcohol. Good Lord. House representatives get at Senate corruption. House representatives, though, and then get at Senate's corruption. I think the latter I can't figure out, but a House representative, if I'm not mistaken, in the UK is an estate agent. It was representatives. Okay, so dismiss a material military order. Central tribes hide in the same place. Is this helping at all? No, that's not helping one single bit. Okay, something bloggers hope to get. Being all the same. Bloggers hope to get a like and being all the same alike. Okay. All right, so hopefully we can get something out of this. Butcher with tin fork becomes farmer. I'm going to have to get a break in my brain here for a second. So decide where to go for whatever food's available. 3 and 6. Whatever food's available. Decide where to go. Maybe set course. I don't know. Starts to find every... Oh, sorry. God, Lord, I can't send it when I do that. I didn't realize at the bottom. Starts to find every little lesion to be malign. A reptile found when bottom of jar removed. Okay. Funding source doesn't regularly make this the upper limit. I don't know. The upper limit looks like at most So then with that, it's good form to make first pass. I guess that could be protocol. Oops. Starts to find every little lesion to be malign. I don't know. Reptile found when bottom of jar removed. Okay, maybe a croc. I'm trying to figure out what that means exactly. I think like crock pots, but I think, I don't know. Uh-oh. What did I do? Don't do whatever I just did. I don't want it to do that. I just almost made my computer do something. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so with that said, consort with mariner, supplying spooner with alcohol. Okay, slippery politician's career path. I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to call this a greasy poll. It feels like it's right. I just wanted something to confirm, but that's not going to be the case. I'm going to have to just take bold guesses here because I don't know what else I can do. Now, a consort with mariner supplying spooner with alcohol, 6 and 4, and this looks like it could be single malt, which I have been known to drink. Though my favorite scotch is probably the Dimple Pinch, and I got a bottle today. Very excited about that. Central tribes hide in the same place. So tribes and hide. Hide in the same place. So if I'm looking at central. So if I look in the middle of tribes and hide, I have, it looks like IB and ID. So Ibid. But I have a grin on my face though too, because that's something I'm learning as I'm going. And now I'll actually take a sip of this. I've had a shot at well, I would have a shot. I don't have a shot with 23 down. I do not know what that's all about. And okay, butcher with tin fork becomes farmer. A tiller? I don't know what else to say about it. Dismiss a material military order 424, so maybe fire at will. And I think I'm gonna have to just leave this over here alone. I don't know. Starts to find every little lesion to be malign. Oh, wow. Boy, I got excited about it. Starts to find every little legion. So, fell. Okay. All right. Yes. All right, Yank, how'd you do? Oh, did I fat finger glove puppet? Well, I sure did, but that's okay. This is, or did I get that wrong? Is it not a glove puppet? I mean, I could be wrong. Lord knows. Yeah, no, I must have fat fingered it. But you know what? This is all just fine. Anto. Bravo, well done, and until we see you all tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. I wonder why I'm getting a thumbs down from my computer here. Until we see you tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss, servus, grüß Gott. Just be nice to the person behind you in line as we're going through these trying times. And I do. Every time I turn around, I'm always seeing something going on my screen. I'm getting a thumbs up or a thumbs down or something weird. I still haven't figured out what that is. I might want to look that up. We'll see you on the morrow. Until then, you all be well out there. Cheers.